Hey there, everybody. As the title says, 2 weeks ago I made a promise, and I am not going to be able to keep it. We are looking at this pile of pine wood chips. I talked about it 2 weeks ago. You can actually see its initial footprint here, and I have done one turn of it, and all by hand because I'm dumb. But this pile has to move, and I'm not going to be able to tumble it into that space there like I had initially talked about. So yeah, I apologize for setting you all up and getting y'all excited to watch me be dumb and turn this thing by hand and feel about and measure what the temperature is like and what the cooking down rate is like and all of the fun things that I had promised. However, okay, so we had talked about the neighbors over that way a little while ago, a few months ago maybe, I think so. Anyway, their family runs a tree service company, among other things, like the garden center and the landscaping supplies and all of that jazz. They're awesome. But their crew is going to be coming down to our street to take out a whole bunch of trees for a whole bunch of people, because it is far and away more effective for companies like this to do a large scale project to get all of the houses in a row, similar to the way that one would do with ducks. And so in order for them to facilitate not wasting man hours and not adding additional wear and tear onto their vehicles and having gas expense that is then going to be passed on to the customers who are our neighbors, they have asked if I would be willing. That's such a silly question. Bless their hearts. They've asked if I'd be interested in taking on some wood chips. And the answer is obviously yes, because I don't know when to stop. I have an addictive personality, and wood chips can be my drug. But so one of the projects that we're going to be working on is taking this pile of chips that my girls are starting to work. Look at them go. Look at them go. They know what they're there for. But so we're going to be taking this whole pile here down into other spaces. I think I'm going to redo some of the space in the duck yard, and we do have a rebuild of duck jail coming up, so I think I would like to have a stash of wood chips to put down an initial bed and pad in there as well. So I will be not monitoring this particular wood chip pile for the remainder of the season because it's going to be dispersed and dispensed. However, one of the things that I have been told is that they are going to make multiple stops. They're actually going to have one of their guys come and trim up a bunch of our tree line. Hang on. I'm standing a little ways back from the pile now, as you may be able to tell, but above the pile are some dangling branches, some low-hanging things, and we had done a very, very, very basic trim going back I guess 2 years ago, when we had the chips from our neighbor's clear cut dropped off here by brother combo, who are lovely. But we had a row of chips, a pad 6 feet high, going all the way back to the duck yard, down this access path for the tractor. And so they're going to come and they're going to trim some of our trees. They may take out this apple for me, which would be super baller and awesome, because there are projects coming up in this space here this year. But I'm going to have to get this out of the way so that their trucks can make it as far back as they can, so that they can drop successive piles of chips. My understanding is that they're going to be doing these drops in 45-yard increments at a time. And so I want to be able to make sure that their large truck can get all the way back there to drop chips for me, such that they can easily come in and out and not have to stress about it and not have to worry about any kind of extra damage. That said, I have not been paying attention to how long I've been talking, so we're going to tag on a few small updates to the end of this video. Stick around. Our squashes are finally overcoming their sluggishness from the beginning of the season, and they're starting to form their first flowers and tendrils. I know that they are a little bit water stressed at the moment. We've had very little rain in the past couple of weeks, and I've been periodically just cutting back some of the phytolacca, whatchamahoozits, the pokeberry. You can see over here, I have not cut back that pokeberry or the curly dock that is next to it and mulched these squashes, but that is on the docket for today. If I come over past this poke, however, here is some of our Hablitzia coming up and looking a little stressed. It's looking a little weak, and it really hasn't enjoyed climbing this piece of the trellis, but I'm not entirely surprised. This was kind of a last minute hopeful planting last year, and so I'm hoping that as this plant just gathers more energy and sends its roots deeper, it'll be able to find its way up this trellis in a way that mimics the way that this hardy kiwi has done. And so this hardy kiwi is actually 3 years old at this point. We had some deer browse on it early on, and it definitely got set back, but it is finally, after a little bit of training, made its way about 4.5-ish feet up or so, getting close to 5, and I'm very excited. I'm not entirely sure what this small protuberance is. However, if it is a flower bud that is getting ready to go, I'm super excited. The Rubus odoratus, the purple flowering raspberry, still going hard. You can see that the bumblebees are absolutely enjoying it. And, oh, that's dismaying. The Japanese beetles have, I guess, finally decided to pop out. Jerks. And our garlic is definitely just about ready to be pulled up and stored for the upcoming fall and winter. And we'll come back and plant something else in here as well. I generally like to wait until at least 3 of the leaves are reaching this stage. Even better if 4 are. Oh look, I missed a couple escapes. Okay. I'm not entirely sure just how big these cloves are going to be. The stems are pretty small. Pretty small. I would say like pencil thickness on the majority of these. So we'll see. It might not have been a super bumper crop this year, but at least I will have another round of garlic for myself that is absolutely delicious. And our Carolina allspice is setting seed pods now. Phenomenally, I will add. I love how the texture of the leaves gets once it's really moving into high summer and things start drying out. But take a look at this pawpaw. It's finally taller than me. It's only been a couple of years, and we definitely have a whole range of suckers coming up as well. And at first, I will admit, I had a little trouble telling whether it was a pawpaw or a Carolina allspice, but the habit's definitely different. It's just that the waxy-ish leaves and their oblong shape definitely threw me off when they were both younger specimens. But I'm very excited to see how this whole space is developing. We've got some more of the Monarda fistulosa, the purple bee balm, that's going to come up, and our hazelnut over here has also shot up a ton of new growth this year. And so this guy's finally like a foot taller than me. And I'm hoping that that gives it enough energy and enough good juju to set flowers and set nuts for me next year, because that would be great. So I feel like this is getting a little long, but we have some Asclepias. I think this is geopieweed coming up next to some horseradish, and then some mint, and Hakaru Nishiki, a tricolor dappled willow, and some more bee balm. And I hear ducks shouting, so I'm going to cut this, and I hope you all are well. Till next time, thanks for watching. Happy planting.